You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, as you guys know, in the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis actually signed into law to actually protect women's sports. In the state of Florida, it is actually against the law to have boys on girls' sports teams. It makes common sense. It really does. Now, we made video after video on this whole thing, but it is clear. If you do this in the state of Florida, it is against the law. Well, guess what, guys? A principal in Florida is finding out the hard way, as this principal has now been removed from his duties as the principal. Why? Well, it looks like he and some others in the school actually violated this Florida law. You cannot do this, man. You cannot do this. So let's go ahead and jump into this over here on the New York Post. Florida high school principal, other top officials reassigned for allegedly allowing trans student to play on girls' volleyball team. Why would they actually do this? They had to know that this would not end good for them. And as of right now, I believe they're still in the investigation phase. But something's telling me, guys, that they're probably going to end up getting fired if the allegations are actually proven to be true. You can't do this. Now, last year, about a year ago, we actually did a video on a girl playing on a girls' volleyball team, but she had to compete against a transgender. The transgender spiked the ball hit her in the face, and she has I don't want to say brain damage, but she has a lot of injuries, and I'm not sure if she actually has fully recovered. I mean, if you watch the video clip, guys, the male player identified as a girl, way bigger than all of the other girls. Wokeness will get girls hurt. And you can't do this in Florida, but apparently, allegedly anyway, they allowed this to happen, and now they're probably going to pay the price. It says here, top officials at a Florida high school, including the principal, have been reassigned as a county investigation looks to find whether they allowed a transgender athlete to play on the girls' volleyball team, a violation of Florida law. Monarch High School principal James Cecil, assistant principal Kenneth May, athletic director Dion Hester, and volleyball coach Jessica Norton were moved to non-school sites on Monday, according to 7 News Miami. Let's stop right there, guys. That is the principal, the assistant principal, athletic director, and the coach. All have been removed. This is probably going to end badly, man. This is probably going to end very, very badly for them. They all could probably lose their jobs. Additionally, Alex Burris, a temporary athletic coach at the school, was told his services were paused until further notice. So he's even out. He's a temporary athletic coach. He's gone for now. The probe was launched to determine whether a biological male who is transitioning or has transitioned into a female, was allowed to play for the team, sources told the outlet. And that is the principal right there, James Cecil. And this picture here is Kenneth May, the assistant principal. Yeah. Probably a very, very woke administration there. Quote, the principal of Monarch High School and several staff members have been reassigned to non-school sites pending the outcome of an investigation into allegations of improper student participation in sports. Broward County School District spokesman John Selman wrote in a statement, although we cannot comment further, we will continue to follow state law and take appropriate action based on the outcome of the investigation, he said. Sullivan said the district is committed to providing the students a safe and inclusive learning environment, Broward County School District Board member Tori Alston said the district will act according to Florida law. And that's the athletic director, Dion Hester. That's his picture right there. He's gone now, too. Temporarily, anyway. Probably done for good. Quote, the investigation will follow the facts, and if it is revealed that state law is in question, I could tell you we will follow state law, Austin said. In June 2021, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed Bill SB 1028, also known as the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, which bars biological males from participating in female sports. In the wake of the investigation, an unidentified family friend told CBS Miami the trans athlete in question had not yet come out as transgender and is blaming officials for outing the high schooler. Well, it doesn't even really matter if you actually came out as transgender. If you actually have a biological male on the girls' team, that is violating the law. Just that simple, regardless of how you actually identify. It doesn't matter. This is a biological male, and this is actually against the law. I mean, just crazy, man. Just crazy here. Now, it looks like this is a picture here of the team. They got the faces blacked out right there, so I don't really know. I don't know. But it goes on, it says, this handling of the incredibly sensitive situation has left Scott Galvin, the executive director of Safe Schools South Florida, wanting answers. Quote, it's horrendous just a human level that school would out somebody on an issue like this that's obviously incredibly insensitive, Galvin told CBS Miami. Well, the thing is, man, the women's sports team, the girls volleyball team, is for girls. It's not for boys. It's just that simple, man. But he says, quote, it's just dumbfounding, and the Broward County schools should be ashamed of themselves. Really? Lisa Maxwell, executive director of the Broward Principals and Assistants Association, wrote that she's confident that at the end of this investigation, Principal James Cecil will be fully exonerated and returned to Monarch High. Well, we have to see. I don't know, but he is the principal, and if his subordinates aren't following the rules, guess who that's actually going to fall back on? It's going to fall back on the principal. I mean, they took everybody out, man. Principal, assistant principal, athletic director, head coach, all gone right now. Wow. And some woke students, man, they actually did protest. They did protest. I was actually, I think I actually got the article pulled up over here. No, let me go back over here. I believe there's an article right here. Yeah. Right here. Students at Broward's Monarch High walk out after staff shakeup over transgender athlete. So let's see this. I've not seen this. There's going to be an ad that's coming right there. So just a second here. And
turning now to a shakeup at Monarch High School in Coconut Creek with several
there.
Staff members removed from campus, including the principal.
The school district says it has to do with an investigation involving a transgender athlete. Local 10 News reporter Hatzel Bello joins us live from Fort Lauderdale with the details. Hatzel.
So, Gio, here in this morning from the school district, we got the first reaction from the superintendent. But before we show you what he had to say, let's take you to some live pictures at Monarch High School in Coconut Creek, where you can see clearly students have decided to walk out, likely in protest of the decision made here at the school district. Again, as I mentioned before, for the first time we hear from the superintendent regarding this investigation. Says the staff, including the principal and assistant principal, were removed pending this investigation. Says the removal is not an indication that they're being disciplined. It just means, he says, that there's a fair investigation underway, and he's telling us that they're not guilty of anything. Again, live pictures of Monarch High School as hundreds of students are outside the school, have decided to leave the classroom in protest of this decision. We're also learning it was a constituent who notified the superintendent of this issue last week. The issue is about a transgender volleyball player The student was born a male, now identifies as a female. Again, a total of 5 staff members have been removed, including the coach and the athletic director, who's also a teacher at the school. Here is what the superintendent told us this morning about this ongoing investigation.
I can't speak much to the investigation. I do want to make sure that you understand that it'll be a fair investigation. The state has been informed, but we also have to understand that social media is not the court, it's not the jury. The individuals from several different bargaining groups were removed from school, and they're at a different location and they're working. That's not an indication of discipline. It's an indication that we want to make sure that when we investigate it, it's done properly and appropriately. Again, we want to make sure we do this right. Nobody is guilty of anything at this point. That's what an investigation is for.
And we want to say on these live pictures out of Monarch High School in Coconut Creek, where again you can see students here outside of the school. They have left their classroom in protest of what's happening at the school. Remember, this was just announced yesterday, so we're starting to see reaction. We have seen parents react. We have seen students. Now you're seeing it for yourself, these live pictures from Monarch High School. We asked the superintendent, by the way, if the students will be able to play volleyball next year. He didn't really have an answer. Tells us they're likely going to have to look at their procedures and probably make some changes. For now, reporting.
Yeah, so you see that right there, guys. The woke students walk out. They walk out. So it's going to be interesting, man, to actually see what happens with this. But as of right now, man, all of the top dogs at this school, all of them out right now. All of them out. And I believe this is justified, especially if you know what the allegations are proven true. The chances are they probably are. I mean, a lot of these schools, man, are woke. A lot of them, man. So we'll actually have to see what happens. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.